Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Tuesday morning. It's 2:57 in the a.m. and it's May 13th. I'm going to drop a little bit of history on you early in the morning, a history lesson. I'm doing so because I was told I was a little harsh and out there with a comment I made about the South Africans that are being given asylum status in the U.S. And it's going to be up to 8,000. That immediately went to the top of the list of all the people seeking asylum in the United States. They immediately were rushed to the top of the list. Now, so I'm going to provide you with a backstory, and then I'm going to talk about the asylum seekers. Are you guys familiar with the Boer War? Okay. B-O-E-R, the Boer War. And it went from 1899 to 1902. Okay. The Boer War is also known as the South African War. And who were involved? Who was involved is our was were. Who's involved in the Boer War? Okay, from a historical perspective, that war was involved between the Afrikaners, and that's African with a K, and British colonizers or British imperialism. The Boer War, okay? Now, both sets of people are colonizers, okay? The Afrikaners, primarily Dutch, French, and who else? German. Dutch, French, and German descendants. More colonizers. Now, I want you to think about the royal family as you talk about German and British. Did you know Queen Elizabeth was fluent in German because the origin of her family was German? Facts. See, most people don't think about these kind of things. So the Boer War was a battle between colonizers and what they were fighting about was the resource-rich area of Africa. So even way back when, capitalism was the cause of a war, and people were seeking to pillage Africa. That sound familiar? That sound about right? That sounds like present time. Yeah, Africa is rich in minerals and resources, folks. Chinese are fighting for it. Russians are fighting for it. British are fighting for it. British still colonize parts of Africa. The Africans are still in South Africa, but now they're being brought to the U.S. as asylum seekers, and that's solely for their racist views and perspective. And Elon Musk is going to pretty much create an area in Texas. And we all know about Texas. If you're African American, you know about Texas and Oklahoma and their policies and their presentation. Right? That's where the majority of these folks are going to be relocated. But These folks are seedlings, if you will. So let's talk about asylum seekers. And I'm going to talk about primarily the denial rates for certain areas. You know, countries and the regions with high denial rates, okay? We got Mexico, we got Honduras, we got Eritrea, Nepal, Somalia, El Salvador, Guatemala, Bangladesh, Egypt, China. Now, this area is kind of high up there because of communists or communism, the Soviet Union. And that's one of the few, I want to say, areas where people are considered white or Caucasian, if you will, that's on the high denial rate. And again, that's because of political positioning and the distrust of communism or socialism. Okay, then we go to India, Ethiopia, then we got Russia. How they make the distinction, I don't know. Iran, Pakistan, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Iraq, Peru. Then we got Armenia, Venezuela, Yugoslavia, Mauritania, Albania, Indonesia. Okay. Trying to see where else. Peru, Colombia, Haiti. If you notice, most of that list is comprised of melanated people and their high denial rate. And most of those people are in countries where they're war-torn. What's happening in South Africa that folks require immediate status, require immediate asylum? You know, I know there's abject poverty in the townships. It's gotten a little better, but the fact that you still say township should let you know something. There are still rich Africans there. There are still people, industrialists, capitalists, however you want to label them, exploiting the region. And all I can hear is the chant from the Tiki Torch people, "You will not replace us." You know, as we let folks in under the umbrella of needing asylum. That part. Yeah, as opposed to addressing why there is poverty. Who created it, who's generating, who's perpetuating in the countries that they're in. Because while folks are seeking asylum, they're coming into the same system, you know, with the same driving forces, just a different surrounding. It's time to really think about what we're doing as human beings, as a group of people who have been blessed with resources, how are we stewarding these resources? And see, the reason why media is being suppressed, history and science are being rejected, is so the powers that be continue to perpetuate mushroom politics and mushroom economics. And by mushroom, I mean keep you in the dark and feed you poop. That's how mushroom thrives. And that's why I call it mushroom politics and, mushroom economics. Read while you're still able to. Because that's the reason why things are being removed. I'm just going to let that sit and let you think about the folks who have been rejected. The long list of asylum seekers that have been rejected, the majority of which the felon has referred to as whole countries, because the people who populate them are melanated.